Hi there and welcome to the Contact Jam Quick Start Guide videos, and we're going to be looking at creating your first list with Contact Jam, which is very easy to do. You can only create double opt-in lists on Contact Jam, and that basically means that when subscribers sign up for your double opt-in list, they'll receive a confirmation email from you, and when they click that confirmation link inside of their email, their subscription will be confirmed and they can receive emails from you in the future. So it's not just a case of they sign up and that's it, they're on the list. They actually have to go through a process of confirmation, which you're going to set up through the process of setting up your first list anyway. It's very easy, so let's go ahead and pop over to the site. We first of all want to log into our account, obviously, so we go along here and we'll type in our username. And then also our password will go in here as well. And we can remember it on the next link if we want to. And we go ahead and log right in. So we're now logged into our account. And as you can see, the panel is quite self-explanatory and laid out nicely. But the first time you come here, it might be a bit confusing. But you'll soon get used to the account. Here's got an overview of activity, which will tell you about what's going on inside your lists. Over here, you can create a new list from here on this screen here. You can create new campaigns. It welcomes you to your account. And over on this side, we've got the different options as well down here on the menu. Now, we're creating a new list. So the first thing we actually want to do is go to lists. And then we want to create a new list. So let's choose create a new list. The list name is something here that you want to create for your list. Now, keep it relevant as well. You can create as many lists as you like, but you want to make sure they're relevant. So the list name that you use here, you want to perhaps make sure that it's relevant to whatever it is you're doing. So in our case, we're doing training videos here. So we could call it our video training list. It's entirely up to you, but make it something that's easy for you to remember later on. You don't need to hide the list in the subscriber area. We can leave this as it is. If you want to hide it, it means that people can't activate, but I'd normally recommend that you just leave this as is and just go ahead and create list and edit the confirmation email. So now you're going to create a confirmation email, which your subscribers will see in their inbox to confirm that they're going to sign up to their particular list that you've created. So they've requested information, they've gone back to their email account, and now they want to actually click a link to subscribe. There's 4 different ways you can do it. You can do it from scratch, you can choose a template, you can copy it from another list, or you can fetch a URL. Now, we're going to focus on this quick start guide here of getting it going. So we're going to create one from scratch. Now, this is important here. The sender information is where you're basically letting people know when you log into, or when your users or subscribers log into their email account, they're going to see a name in their inbox of who it's from. It's always good to use your personal name. Now, you can use your company name if you want to, but that can sometimes affect and impact the actual open rates, etc. So it's always good to put a name in here. And then the email address. Important feature with Contact Jam is that you can't use a free email account like Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail. So it's got to be an email address that you own. So it could be your company name, and that could be something like info at your company name, newsletter at yourcompanyname.com, etc. Again, it could even be personal. So if you want to personalize it, you could put it from your name or your first name, last name at your company name. And I always recommend as well in the actual name box to put in your first and your last name. And the reason for that is it just makes it more professional. It comes across better. And so, for example, I'd put in here my first and my last name, and then I've put my email address. I'm actually using my first and last name at my company, myhosting.com, if that was my company. It's just fictitious in this case. And then when your subscribers hit the reply button, they'll see this name and email address as the recipient. So you can use this same name and email address from sender information, or you can uncheck the box here and use a different email address from send information. So when they hit reply to, you could have a different account that they send to. Again, we recommend here you just keep it as the same one. So once that's done, you go along and you click next. Now you're actually creating the confirmation email itself. You've got a couple of options here. In the content settings section, the content type, you'll have plain text only, so it just goes out as a plain text email. And you'll see some of the window is pre-populated with some guidance ideas for you. You can choose HTML. So it's just an HTML email that goes out to the person's inbox, and you've got like what you see is what you get editor here to do some content. And then you can do both plain HTML and plain text. So here you can see here's the HTML version if the browser will accept it. Otherwise, it will go out in a plain text format. Now, the way you edit these and insert certain things is slightly different. First of all, you've got your subject line, so you want to put in something relevant here. And you can personalize this content if you want to. There is actually a nice guide on our knowledge base website as well that walks you through an example of a good opt-in email. Here you can see it, the knowledge base of Contact Jam. It gives you some idea here of the subject headline you can use and then how to lay it out. So as you can see here, we're going to start the actual process of the letter. The components that you have to include here are a confirm link, and you can also put in a rejection link. So I tend to put those in first, then format around it. Now on the HTML version, you just click here, come down to confirmation, and choose the opt-in confirmation link. And you can see it's going to be put in here. Click here to confirm. Come down a couple, and then the reject, confirmation, opt-in, reject. And then they're ready for me to write around those. With these, they're already set up, but if you wanted to be able to put them in, let's take out the link confirm so I can show you. The nice thing is, as you click on the actual panel, the window pane, you'll see it says here, add personalized content. So place the cursor where you want to be, just left click, come down here, confirmation link, and it's put it in there as a percentage link :confirm percentage, but so you can insert that into the text file and it's ready to go. Then you just basically want to build your email around that. So you want to include relevant information. Just remember when you're compiling your messages and your first confirmation email that you want to have the subject in there, and you make sure that you include information about why your subscriber is receiving the email, what would be the benefit of them confirming the subscription, and also include a call to action to click the confirmation link as well. So in the subject line, you want to put something that reminds them of why they're subscribing. So you could put in here the name of your newsletter here if you want to, but you can put thank you for subscribing, please confirm your subscription. And then underneath, thank you for your interest in, and explain to them what it's about. Before we can redirect you to the newsletter, blah, 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 we get them to sign up. And then if they want to, they can either ignore the message or they can click the reject. Thank you. And then under here, we have the user information, first name, then last name. So we click again and put the last name in, come down a line, and we can put in the company name as well. User information, company name. Now remember, this is your information. This isn't the person who signed up. This is your information under the user section. It's your details, not the other person's. And then underneath here, we've got a text version as well. Remember, if you want to insert anything else, you can. There's other personalization settings that you can choose from as well when you're inserting, and the same here with this one here. There's other information that you can include if you want to. But you want to keep it as simple as possible on this particular one, because here we're just setting up a confirmation so they've double opted in to your list. That's it. When you've done that, you're now ready. You've actually created your confirmation email and you've started your new list. You just come down here and we choose next. Now you're on to preview the campaign's content, so you can check it for yourself. So just put an email address here to your own email account to go and actually look at the email. So you can send an email to yourself and hit send preview email. And just underneath here, your email content has been analyzed, and as a status, it gives you a spam filter test. 2.8 is okay, but we always try and keep it below 2 if possible, because that's just going to help you more and more with actually getting your email into the inbox of the recipient you're aiming for. So you hit send preview email, tells you a preview email has been sent to the given email address, and then we can come down here and choose next. And here we go. It tells us our list is created. We're ready to move on and continue. Well, that's it. That's your first video showing you how to create a list and set up that confirmation email. I recommend you then just go to your email account and check the layout of the email you've created. Now, this is obviously a test one, and you can see the information here. You'll have more detail in here about what it is you're doing. And you need to remember that these links actually aren't clickable, activated links. They're just there to show that links do appear and it's all working fine. But these actually wouldn't take you anywhere at this point, because we're just making sure that the email went out and we're checking the layout. And that's just how you verify that it looks okay for your customers when they'll be getting your confirmation email.